Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, it's Friday. Friday's the day of the week. We turn to the BonBon buddies over on Patreon and say, hey guys, vote us in a map, and they've gone with this one, and I'm so glad they have. This one's not a request map. It's been on my long list for the longest time, nearly 2 years. Finally got voted in and finally get to explore it. It is classy, surprising when
it's my first map.
I know, right? Yeah, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. It's a really good gameplay map with lots of really interesting detail features as well. But before we do any of that, we've got this. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Bakaly by Russell 17. Russell 17, you've really blown me away here. And also, like 450 subscribers at the time of recording. In 2 years, that's criminal. Deserves way more. Start Square looks like that, by the way. Criminal. Terrain heights, we've got lots of flat buildable space and really interesting hills as well. It has everything. Resources are a little bit light, but I guess there's enough up there to keep you busy. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, your fishing map will look like that. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it is a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. Park life is also listed. I think that's mostly for the animal spawners. There are some park life rocks, but I think they're part of the vanilla set these days, so you don't need park life for them. But for the animals, yeah, why not? And then we've got a one-click collection, which includes the Bakaly map theme, which is a very nice theme. Going to say it right now. We've got some geysers, we've got the network extensions too, network tiling, unlimited trees, and a small selection of trees to subscribe to. Okay, off to the map itself. And before we get going, this is right at the edge of the map. Look at the real beautiful welcoming lineup of trees here. The double line of trees is just so good. I haven't seen a more welcoming highway at the edge of a map, whatever. Very nice indeed. Cloverleaf, and before we even start talking about the qualities of this map, have a look at this bridge. We've got these, you'll see these pillars across the map in various places. I like the way it's been used on this particular low bridge here, just as like a little twisted to one side. It's a little variation on a theme. On the left hand side here, just a note that we've got prop line tools being used for these trees, and in some places there's like straight line segments rather than curved segments. It's not really a problem, but it's just something I noticed as I was flying by. Only really on this part here that you just got a straight line, and a straight line. Not an issue, but I just wanted to mention it as I noticed it. Right, okay, the highways. We've got extensive highways across the map and other areas as well. Yeah, highways and national roads and some very, very pretty intersections. Look at this pretty intersection there. Very neat and very flush as well. No pillars anywhere. Interesting mix of roads. I don't know if that was by design or not, but we've got a mass transit highway in the middle of a network extensions too. And for me it kind of works, because sometimes you do get like a freshly tarmacked section. It just seems odd it's in the middle of the bridge though, so I don't know if that was a deliberate mistake or not, but it certainly feels like it was intended. I don't know that it was. So anyway, yes, we've got this map. There's too much on this map to be able to just subscribe to it and do an explore. The flat areas, the buildable areas down here, which is where you're going to be building most of your downtown and your big part of the big city build. Definitely a great map for something like for the Park Life. I mean, Park Life is great, but yeah, it works. So also campus on this map would work amazing as well. Do you know what? This is the best. I'm going to call it an old map. The best old map that I've seen for a long time. I mean, 2 years isn't old, but we do occasionally dip back and see an older map, and very rarely are they up to standard by today's standards. This map here is definitely up to standard by today's standards. You might say it's a bit boring around these flat areas. It is a bit boring around these flat areas, but it still breaks up the map very nicely indeed, with the way that the forests work, with the way that the water works, the way that the highways actually link everything together is very slick as well. And then we've got the mountains as well, which add a lot of interest as well. Again, more sexy double roundabout interchange going on there. I mean, whether it's the most efficient, I don't know, because I've not tried it. I'm just wowed by it, and yeah, lots of credit. Rail, extensive rail on the map as well. We'll follow a short section of it. I'm not going to. Most of the reason why I do these trips around the map with the highways is just to give you a feel of the map and how it flows, and then we check various parts of the map in the second half of the show. But for me, we've seen most of the map already, and just as long as you get a good feel of what the quality of the rail is like, you can see some rail running down here through this sunken section. Yeah, more quality going on there. It's a map that has a lot of class, and when you consider this is literally the only map they've made, I mean, that's just, there's a wow in there just on its own. The design is amazing. The design is really very strong indeed. Let's head off over this way. We'll follow this highway through this bridge, because we've got a double tier bridge. We've got a few double tier bridges on this map, and they're all quite neat. The rail here, possibly a little steeper on that ramp than would be seen as realistic, but again, within a Cities Skylines game, I think we're okay. Have a little look here. We've got the rails just running over the bridge pillar, so that was something that concerned me. Might be something that just slips by. If the rail had slipped underneath the pillar, then that's a detailing flaw, but as it's running over the pillars, I think we can very happily let that go. Great rock work, great theme, which works really well with the Park Life rocks as well. It all just comes together. Got some nice farmlands as well. Take a quick glance at the farmlands in the second half of the show. A little bit of catenary clipping there on the rails, and a bit of catenary chaos over here where they do straddle over the line. So yes, a minor grumble with that. With this particular map, I would have been very happy to have seen a custom rail in here. I think it would have just... The map is that clean and crisp and sharp already with the with network extensions too, that I feel that, yeah, that would have just added a bit. Also, look at the way that the rail is hanging on the underside of these. Different ways of using these pillars every single time, and it's believable and classy. I'm using the word classy a lot. That's because I feel that this map is classy. Is it perfection? Nope. No. I'll be showing a few minor problems in the second half of the show, but again, they are just talking points. A little bit of shark's teeth running along here with the zigzags, and also got a little bit of floating foliage here. It's a cluster of shrubs or something that isn't terrain conforming, so we've got some floating in mid-air there. Minor stuff, and all my grumbles with this map are minor stuff. There's nothing game breaking and nothing that's going to prevent you from wanting to play the map. I lost track of the railway. It's over here. Let's come back to a rail level. 3 lines going across, triple width across, again using these struts very nicely.
Fed up with vanilla or ploppable parking lots in your city? Wondering what Bonnie Day's Parking Lots Roads is all about? Then you need BonBonB's Parking Lots tutorial. Click the information button below.
And so back to Bakaly by Russell 17. Shipping routes. We've got this interesting double loop here, which could cause ships to run through each other. It doesn't really need to be a double loop, but I mean, it's quite pretty the way that it's done. Then the shipping route comes along here. We have some shipping triangles at the edge of the map just to prevent any right angle turns. And then we go through the big old bridge. Everybody loves the big old bridge, nice and high, no problems there. Got a minor problem though for me here. This is too intricate. Doesn't need to be that complex, and you'll get quite a bit of a ghost shipping clipping through other ghost ships and so forth. Not game changing, not game breaking, but aesthetically a little bit weird. Okay, let's have a look at the water flow. Water flow, I think you'll have to manage this one. You'll have to manage this one. Buy a second tile as quickly as you can, because there's not really much water motion here. There is water pushing down out through this canal area here, but getting access to that in the start square is a little bit awkward, so just be a little careful with that one. But again, you'll probably be playing a modded game on this one. It's a map for a build. Well, it's a builder's delight, isn't it? Right, we've got plenty of things to look at. Not going to see all of them. Let's just look at some of them. We've got a huge dam, one of the biggest dams we've seen in a long time. Done very nicely, going down to these three little slipways there underneath the highway. It's just so clean and tidy and slick. I keep saying slick and stuff. Loving the forest. Got great density of forest, great mix of trees in the forest as well, and the tree painting is just really very nice and strong as well, along with the tree detailing that we get along the sides of the highways too. A little bit of rock work here and there, which just adds a little bit more to the map. And then we'll head up into the I said farms. Let's go and have a quick look at some fields. Some fields again, good clean field work as well. There's plenty of love being spent on this map. We'll come back to the Uwitsa Castle in a moment. So I want to show you this. We're going to get this one done because we have a little bit of blue mantle there, a chunk of blue mantle actually. That's probably the biggest flaw with the map in terms of detailing. Got other things to look at. Let's have a look at some things. Like over here, I said earlier, above the pillar is fine, but on the other side of this bridge, we have rails that are just dropping below the pillar level. On the left-hand side here, don't know if you can make that one out there, just about. The rails not quite, so that would possibly cause a train to derail in real life. So it's a minor flaw. Here, the merge lanes, I'd like to see that bending in the other way. It's just a very sharp turn getting onto the next bit of road there. So that could be merged nicely. Here, I think this is great. I like this. Okay, we do see windmills occasionally, but that has been done spectacularly. Beautiful work. Also this, again, different use of the it works. It works, even with that great height difference. It looks a bit weird and it looks amazing at the same time. Now, Uwitsa Castle. I love the shape of the castle. I love the design of the castle. I like a lot of things with this castle. I'm not so keen on the exterior walls running through the towers, though. That for me is always a downer. But other than that, I think this castle's really cool. I'm not really seeing anything to grumble about with the doors. The doors is the other thing usually. Having a door on the outside of the castle is a no as well. But that's all cool. Again, a great custom bridge work. Again, precision bridge work going on here. One minor grumble at this end, though. We've got a little bit of the rock foliage clipping through the highway onto the highway. That's what it is. Through the highway onto the highway. We've got some geysers as well. We saw them listed, and these have been worked really well. I mean, they do look like little volcanic geysers coming up. They've been done perfectly, absolutely perfectly. Couldn't have done any better myself. Not that I would have tried. And while we're in this neck of the woods, let's have a look at a little waterfall as well. Again, just spectacular. Really liking that as well. There's a lot to like with this map. There's a lot to like. Oops, hang on, jump back to that. What do we have next? I think that's all my previewed sections all jumped about. Let's head towards the start square, which is... Oh no, let's have a look at this. We've got a little valley over here. Just want to show you this as well. Realism be damned, I think here. I don't see that that would work, but it's a pleasing shape and it breaks up the environment. So yes, that was the job of that, was just to break up the environment. But I thought I'd show it. I'd show it because I liked it. And then start square, we've got an asset of the day. Okay, I'm not going to do the Japanese for this one. I'm going to translate it according to Google. It's the Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation Kanda Ekime building by Kerr 66. Okay, it's a Japanese bank. Okay, it's a great asset. Kerr 66 is quality through and through. Love the shape of the building even without it being a bank. So credit, all credit. And factoids, because factoids. Slightly longer one, I'll try and read quickly for you. The French equivalent of the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, a sentence which uses all of the letters of the alphabet and useful when learning to type, is, and I'm not going to read it in French, but it does translate roughly as, go and take this old whiskey to the fair-haired judge smoking the Havana cigar. Go and take this old whiskey to the fair-haired judge smoking the Havana cigar. Yeah, in French, contains all the letters. It's the Mitsubishi banking thingy from Kerr 66. Mitsui, not Mitsubishi. Okay, I did see that one. Right, we're there. We've made it to the end of another show. Your chance to vote on this map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Is this one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Click the I button now or the link in the description so you can vote for free. And please do it. This map deserves your vote, no matter what it is. What do I think of it? Aesthetically, it's very nice indeed. It doesn't quite say to me 5-star map. I think there are just a couple of bits of it that don't quite suck in, but it's still amazing. And I'm going to go for a high 4. I can't quite give the 5th star. Might be just too much flat land. I don't know. Pass. Detailing, on the whole, very strong indeed. There are a few little things here and there that mean you can't get close to the 5th star, but I'm going to go above average 4 stars. Gameplay potential through and through and through. Very playable. Very like it a lot. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. 5 stars. There you go. That's how you do a 5 stars for gameplay. Excellent work from Russell, Bakaly by Russell 17. 450 subscribers. I'm sure there'll be more after today's show, especially when it gets the BonBonB seal of approval. Definitely. I just love this. I'm surprised it slipped me by, and I'm surprised nobody requested it. Come on, guys. If you know a really good map, request it. In the comments is one place, on Facebook, Twitter, over on Patreon, on Discord. Loads of ways of getting your requests into me. Right, if you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word of the day into the comments to score yourself some population points just for fun. And I'll be back tomorrow with the final What's Map of the week and the quirky asset. Would you believe it?